if the friends who have joined can tell me, give me an idea of where you guys are joining us from. That would be great. So let us know, Lucky, where you're joining us from. And if you're just joining, I am Immigration Attorney Gail Seeram. I have been practicing immigration law for 25 years. And we tend to do these live sessions. We could talk immigration about once a month. I would like to do it more, but it's yesterday was a big announcement by President Biden on the new immigration program that will go into place end of the summer and that will benefit undocumented spouses and children. So I thought this would be a good time to do a live session. Our office received a lot of phone calls today on this. And I see friends are joining. So what I would like, again, everyone to do is share, share, share. And I was trying to get this light out of my eye, but it wasn't working. But please go ahead and share so more friends can see that we have this live session going on. And I see some questions coming in. So this is your first time joining us. How this works is you just ask your questions on the chat. So go ahead and chat your questions to us on Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube. And when we see those questions, we will do our best to answer those questions for you. Okay. I do see questions coming in. I will answer those questions. Let's go ahead and kind of introduce ourselves. So if you can let me know where you're joining us from. I see we have two friends on YouTube. If you can let us know where you are joining us from on YouTube, friends on YouTube, and our friends on TikTok, if you can let us know. Thank you for the hearts. You can go ahead and heart, and share, 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 because you want other friends to see this session. But if you guys can let me know, we're at 115 likes already on TikTok. Let us know where you're joining us from, okay? And we are going to, and I see a few people on Instagram. So we tend to get a lot more questions from TikTok. So before we get into the questions, though, I do. But let me say hi to our friends here. So hi, Kevin. Hi, Lucky. Hi, Amelia. Um, Go Trot, Shashta, Nash, Binta, Christine. I see we have our friends from New York City, Colorado. Yeah, let us know where you're joining us from. Seattle, that is awesome. Hi, Tina. Okay, so very happy to see friends joining us and hearting us. Texas, you're getting ready for a big storm there. California. So, hi to all our friends around the world. Thank you for joining us this evening. Hopefully, there'll be some information that you can get. Oh, and of course, Tina from good old Guyana. Hi, Nelson. Again, we're trying to get as many people on this live session with Immigration Attorney Gail Seeram. That's me. If you want to book a consultation with our office, it's very simple. You can go to our website, GailLaw.com, GailLaw.com. There's a blue button that you click and you have access to my calendar and you can upload an ID and book your appointment. If you want to send us a text, you can also do that or call us at 407-292-7730. We're also on WhatsApp. We actually have a lot of clients that contact us on WhatsApp. And our WhatsApp is 407-353-1363. So those are all the ways that you could get in touch with us, okay? So first and foremost, let's start out with the big announcement yesterday, because a lot of people have been calling our office today, and a lot of people seem to be a bit confused, okay? So yesterday, President Biden announced action on an executive order, okay? He has not changed the law. For laws to be changed, they have to be drafted, a bill has to be drafted, it has to go through Congress, has to be voted on by the House of Representatives and the Senate, and then the president signs. That's not what happened yesterday. President Biden drafted an executive order and signed it. The executive order will go into place end of the summer, so late July, or August. Hi, someone from Greece. That is awesome. Thank you for joining us. So, what this executive order says is if you are the spouse of a US citizen or child of a US citizen, and you have been in the US as of June 17th, 2024, you have been living in the US for 10 years since June 17th, 2014, you entered illegally, meaning you didn't get paroled in, and you're not in any other non-immigrant status, but you entered illegally, then you can file to get your residency or your green card here in the United States. And while that petition is pending, you could also get a work permit and you could get deportation protection. This is huge because currently, under the current laws, if you entered illegally, you would have to file a waiver asking for permission for your unlawful entry, unlawful presence. Then you have to depart the US. If your waiver is approved, then you have to re-enter the US before you could get your residency. So now there's no departing. You would just file and get your status here in the US if you meet those qualifications, okay? But we have to be very cautious, okay? Because this is an executive order, it's not law. When President Obama did this 12 years ago, he put DACA in place. And when the Republicans, when we have a Republican president and Republicans are challenging these actions, and even DACA right now is tied up in the courts. So we don't know if DACA is going to continue. But this executive action may also face the same actions where the Republicans may bring a lawsuit saying that President Biden did not have the authority to put this program in place. So we have to see how it plays out. I do suspect that it will be challenged in the court. So if it's challenged in the court, then there would be no process to apply for this program. So we kind of have to wait and see. There's no application. This was just an announcement. No application, no process. Nothing has been put out as to how you could apply for this benefit, what the fees are, what the time frame is. That will come later this summer. And then we have to see if there's a lawsuit put against this program, and if the courts will have to decide if the program is within the within the power of the president to put in place. Okay, so that's a brief summary. I will take questions, but that is a brief summary on this program, okay, that President Biden put into place or announced yesterday. So now I'm going to go back and answer some of the questions. And then we will also talk a little bit about visa backlog, what the wait times are currently for visas. Okay. So let's go ahead one more time. Share with all your friends so everybody knows that we're having this session. And go ahead and heart. So we also know that you are enjoying your time here with Immigration Attorney Gail Seeram. Been practicing immigration law for 25 years. We're located in Orlando, Florida, but immigration law is federal law. So we have clients all over the US and all over the world. Okay. And we also like to know where you guys are joining us from so we could see our reach this evening. Okay, so a question about work visa. Our office is not handling work visas right now. If you're talking about employment-based, such as H-1B or EB-1, EB-2, EB-3, or if you're talking about investment like a L visa, E visa, our office is not handling that right now. We are just strictly focused on family immigration. How long does an application withdrawal take? I-130. I'm assuming, Diana, that you're the petitioner and maybe you want to withdraw a petition. If you want to withdraw a petition, you just take your receipt notice, you write a letter to immigration, attach the receipt notice, send the letter to the addresses on the receipt notice. That's the easy way for you to withdraw your petition. Okay. I need someone to come from Nigeria. Christine, let me know who that is. Okay. Depending on what your status is, if you're a US citizen, Christine, you can file for a spouse, a child, or a sibling or a parent. Okay. If you're a green card holder, you could only file for an unmarried child. So, getting in some of these questions here. And again, if you're shy and you don't want to ask your questions here, you can just book an appointment online. Go to GailLaw.com, hit the blue button, book your consultation with our office. Keep in mind that if you have a prior filing, prior criminal history, prior anything prior immigration, even immigration court, then it's $100 for the consultation. Okay. I don't understand your question, Lucky, because you said depression order, and I don't know if you mean deportation order. So you could restate that question for me. What if someone living like 9 years? I don't understand that question, Multani. If you can be a little bit more specific. Oh, what if someone living 9 years but they marry with citizen? Okay. Thank you, Sandy. I appreciate the compliment. I'm the best imagination lawyer. I think I'm also the best immigration lawyer. Thank you for the compliment. Okay, so you want to get, if you want to marry someone, Multani, if you marry a U.S. citizen, the process is 1 year to get your residency, either in or out the U.S. If you marry a permanent resident, it's about 2 to 3 years, but the immigrant has to wait in their home country. Okay. Okay, our phone number, I have a request for the phone number again. So our phone number is on WhatsApp. I'll give you the WhatsApp first, which is 407-353-1363. The best way to get all of our numbers, the WhatsApp and the office number, go to our website. You have your phone. Lots of you are joining us on your phone. Go to your Google, Safari, Bing, whatever your search engine you use on your phone. Type in GailLaw.com, GailLaw.com. I'll repeat that, GailLaw.com. Gail, that's me. Law, what I practice, Gail Law. So go to GailLaw.com, and our WhatsApp number is there. Our office number is there. Office number is 407-292-7730. My email is there, Gail@GailLaw.com. We are located in Orlando, and but we practice immigration law all around the world. Most of our consultations, most of our phone meetings are digital. It's very rare that people come to my office because we do everything digitally and speak to people all over the world through WhatsApp or through the phone. Okay. So it doesn't matter where we are. We can help you with your immigration matter. 601A response, can I file for parole in place? Well, let's wait and see, okay, what happens. So this benefit that Biden announced yesterday is a type of parole in place. We do have parole in place right now. There's military parole in place, where if you have a spouse or a child who is in the military, and you, the immigrant, have an unlawful entry, you can legalize your status and adjust your status here in the U.S. through military parole in place. We first have to file for the parole in place, show the hardship. Once we get the parole or that lawful entry, then we file for the green card. So we do have a parole in place program right now. It's for military families. This program, announced yesterday by President Biden, just expands further the parole in place. I married my husband 4 years ago, but we have work permit 4 years ago. Okay. If you're a U.S. citizen and you married your spouse 4 years ago, there's something wrong, because most of our cases right now, we're getting approvals within 9 months, 12 months, the most. Yes, work permits and social are coming within 3 to 6 months, but you should not be waiting 4 years unless maybe you had an interview and your case was put under review. Okay. My hubby has DACA. 12 years. Does this submit advanced parole tomorrow? Does this help him? Well, yes. So with DACA is deferred action for childhood arrival, Ms. Rivas. And so all it is saying that you are a young immigrant, you came at a young age, and again, 12 years ago, this was put in place, DACA, in 2012 by President Obama. And what it does is, one, give deportation protection to young immigrants, and two, give you a work permit. Does not lead to permanent residency. So there is a strategy where some people through DACA apply for advanced parole, which is what you're talking about. To get advanced parole is a document that allows you to take a brief trip outside the United States and then return. So most likely your husband had an unlawful entry. With an unlawful entry, you cannot file and get your residency here in the U.S. You have to depart, consular process at an embassy outside the U.S., and then return back to the U.S. before you can get your green card. With advanced parole, when you get that travel document, some people then leave and then return back to the US and get a lawful entry. And with that lawful entry, they use it to then apply for residency. So, Ms. Rivas, I would be more than happy to have a consultation with you. It's $100 because there is a prior filing. But you really need to understand how this advanced parole works. And plus, you need to understand the state of the law if he does get advanced parole before he leaves the country. Because yes, he should apply for the advanced parole. There's no harm in that. But if he's going to leave the US to then have a law to return, you need to consult with an immigration attorney before he leaves, because you need to make sure that that DACA program is still in place, and the rules and procedures where he gets a lawful entry through the advanced parole is still applicable. Okay. So, yeah. So let's say, Ms. Rivas, if the Biden program if there's a lawsuit against the program that was announced yesterday, then this is going to be the better option for your husband, which is what you're doing, the advanced parole to leave, get a lawful entry, and then adjust status in the U.S. Okay. How about a child born in the US and I overstayed my visa? If you have a child, your child can sponsor you, yes, but your child has to be 21. Okay. So when the child is 21, then the child can file for you. So a US citizen child can file for a parent. But again, your manner of entry matters. For you to be able to adjust status or get your residency here in the US, you have to show proof of a lawful entry, meaning a visa and passport in your name. Okay, so asylum, we are not handling any asylum cases, so I wouldn't be able to give you advice on that. I'm going to pause here so we can share, like. Okay, so let's take a minute and share. Go ahead and share. Tell your friends that you are here watching us, Immigration Attorney Gail Seeram. Let's help our friends to get some immigration information also this evening. So please go ahead and share. Please go ahead and like, okay? Okay, so going through the questions again, I have 3 traffic violations. Can I apply? Oh, for citizenship. Okay. So that would depend, Ricky. I would really need to look at those citations, because certain citations based on the dollar amount can count as bad character and can show that you, for citizenship, but to become a U.S. citizen, you have to show you have good moral character. If you show that you're a repeated offender with breaking the laws, even including traffic violations, and depending on the ticket, the amount of the ticket, that can hurt you for citizenship. Okay, so I would go to my website, GailLaw.com, hit the blue button. For that type of consultation, it's $100. Pay the $100, upload your green card, upload pictures of the citation, and we'll be able to have a discussion with you on that. Okay, my husband and kids are waiting on an appointment. Appointment at the embassy, I'm assuming, Rihanna. So if you finish process, or I don't know if your appointment here in the US, if you could be a little bit clear what kind of appointment that you're waiting on. My case is in the BIA. The BIA, Board of Immigration Appeals, means that you lost your case in immigration court and you file an appeal. Yes, appeals do take a long time, so I'm not surprised it's pending for 3 years. So you can try to contact your attorney who filed the appeal, or you file it on your own, or you could go to the BIA website and do a follow-up on that. When will the Biden law take place? It's supposed to take effect end of summer. They have not announced that yet. We will see, because there will be announcements and there will be a process posted on the USCIS website, uscis.gov. But I suspect soon as that program is announced, there will be a lawsuit on the program, and then it may be tied up in court. So we have to see if it actually does get implemented. Okay. I have a case pending 150 days. Can I apply for EAD? I'm assuming that's an asylum question, and we are not handling asylum cases at this moment. Okay. What is the wait time for biometrics? Biometrics appointments can vary depending on the type of case. I came in the US July 15th and married to a US citizen. Yes, so that sounds like you meet the qualifications, which are you have to have physically been in the US. Nope, I think you may not meet the qualifications. You had to be in the US on June, starting from June for 10 years, starting June 17th, 2014. Okay. So you must have been present from that date. So I think you came in a little bit late because you came in July. If you came in say May of 2014, then you were qualified, but you have to make the 10 years. So you must have been in present in the US from June 17th of 2014. So you may not meet the qualifications, okay? There are other options. Like if you don't meet the qualifications for this new program under President Biden, there are other options. We still have the provisional waiver program. So there are still options, to get residency, okay? I entered in 2012, detained at the border, married a U.S. citizen. Okay. Well, Jay, you may be able to benefit from this new Biden program. But what our office is doing, if you choose to set a consultation with our office, we are ordering immigration files for everybody before we file under this new program. Because if you've been here for over 10 years, you may have had a case, you may have had something filed. We need to determine your manner of entry, because if your entry has to be an unlawful entry under this new Biden program. If you were paroled into the United States, then you do not qualify under this program. So for us, we are ordering everyone's files before we even file under this program. So when we order files, it can take about 3 months for us to get your file, just to make sure. Because what you don't want, and I know when the program is announced, everybody's going to go file, file, file. You don't want to file and end up with a denial, especially if you haven't filed anything before and now you're going to file, because you're putting yourself on the radar. You're letting immigration know, hey, I'm here. And then if you get denied, then your case may be forwarded to immigration court. Okay. So you want to make sure you qualify for these benefits before you file. Okay. Let's see here. Give me a WhatsApp number again. Sure. 407-353-1363. That's 407-353-1363. What is the provisional waiver program? Okay. So the provisional waiver program is a program that helps spouses, and this is a current program, okay, that helps spouses and of U.S. citizens, okay, and children of U.S. citizens. So if you, as an immigrant, entered without proper documents, and you are unlawful here in the U.S., you had an unlawful entry and you have unlawful presence, and you're married to a U.S. citizen, unfortunately, you're not eligible to file and get your residency here in the United States because of the unlawful entry. So what we have to do is file the marriage-based petition. Once that's approved, then we file for the provisional waiver. So first we file the marriage-based petition, get it approved. Then we file the I-601A, which is the provisional waiver. Thank you for that, Rose. And when you're filing the provisional waiver, you are asking the U.S. government for forgiveness for your unlawful entry and your unlawful presence, and you're showing extreme hardship to your U.S. citizen and permanent resident relatives. Our waivers are about at least over 500 pages. So once you file that waiver, if the waiver is approved, then file goes to the visa center, submit more documents to the visa center, you wait for your embassy interview, and then you have to depart the U.S. You have to depart the U.S., return to your home country, pick up the visa, and then return back to the U.S. to get your green card. That's the provisional waiver. So with the provisional waiver, spouses, undocumented spouses of U.S. citizen under the current program have to leave the U.S., go back to their country in order to come back. What President Biden did yesterday is say, hey, we don't want to separate families. We don't want to send you back to a country that you wanted to leave. So through the new program, they're allowing you to process and get your green card here in the US through this parole in place type program. Okay. Will this forgive false claims to US citizenship? We have to wait and see, Anna, because again, this is very similar to the provisional waiver, which is only waiving unlawful presence and unlawful entry. If you have a prior removal order, if you have any other grounds of inadmissibility, which is a fancy word for other grounds where immigration can deny giving you a green card, such as a false claim to US citizenship, that requires a whole other waiver. So it's not going to forgive those offenses. So we have to wait and see, because then you still, so if this program goes through and you file based on being a spouse of a US citizen, if you have some kind of false claim or fraud, you may have to file an additional waiver, an I-212 waiver, before the US government gives you the green card. Okay. How long do they leave? Normally, our clients, they don't leave until we get an appointment at the embassy. So we normally get an appointment at the embassy. We get notice a month prior, and then our clients would leave. They have to do their medical in their country, have their embassy appointment, and then return back to the US. So our clients are not out of the country for more than a month or so. Okay. Trump did not ban anybody right now. Whatever he banned, Biden undid. Okay. But I'll tell you something, you guys really, whoever is on this live and you're a US citizen, you need to give thoughts as to where do you want to see this country on immigration. Okay. We are all immigrants. We are all descendants from immigrants. We all came from somewhere. And Trump is very serious in setting up deportation camps and rounding up illegal immigrants. So we really need to think about that when we go to the ballot box. Okay. What kind of country do we want the United States to be when it comes to immigration? Okay. F1, living US more than 10 years. So if you're an F1, you're an unmarried child of US citizen, you're supposed to be waiting in your home country. If you already overstayed, then you cannot process here in the US, okay? And a lot of the questions that are coming in are from people with prior filings. If you have prior filings, the consultation is $100 with our office. And again, you can book your appointment by going to our website. While you're talking to me, open up your search engine, Google, Safari, Bing, go to GailLaw.com, 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 and go ahead and just hit the blue button, set your appointment. You can also, while you're listening to this, open up your text messaging. Send a text to me right now to my office, and you'll get a reply. 407-292-7730. 407-292-7730. Send us a text, and you will get an automated text with how to set an appointment. If you have WhatsApp on your phone, open up your WhatsApp right now. Add a contact, and I'll give you our number on WhatsApp, 407-353-1363. Save our name, Gail Law, and send us a WhatsApp chat. Okay? Very simple. Thank you for joining. Thank you for joining, Juliet, Yvonne, Queen Nelka. Go ahead and share. We have over 1,000 likes on TikTok, and we're doing this for the first time on Instagram. So this is interesting, doing this on Instagram. But go ahead, and then we're on YouTube. And I encourage everyone to, check out all of our videos. And if you're just kind of joining, or I'm just popping up, I'm Immigration Attorney Gail Seeram. Been practicing immigration law 25 years. The phone number again, 407-292-7730. So open up your text message, 407-292-7730. Can you help file my mom's I-45? Yes, of course. Be more than happy to help. I see someone calling the office right now. I'm not going to be able to pick up the phone. The office is closed. So send a text message, okay? Because no one's at the office right now at 7:30. So send us a text message, 407-292-7730, or add us to WhatsApp. Your WhatsApp, open it, create a new contact, 407 353-1363. Go to our website, GailLaw.com, GailLaw.com. Okay. So yeah, so you can file for your mom if you are a U.S. citizen and mom is here in the U.S. or mom is abroad. You can file for a parent. Only a U.S. citizen can file for a parent. We've had a lot of permanent residents that ask about filing for a parent, but only a U.S. citizen can file for a parent. A permanent resident cannot file for a parent. Let's go through some wait times. How long are some cases taking? Normally, we get a lot of questions on wait time. So I already had the visa bulletin pulled up. But this evening, not too many questions on the wait times. Okay. So let's go through the wait time. So for a U.S. citizen filing for an unmarried child over 21, they're working on, meaning they're issuing visas for cases filed on or before July of 2015. I'll repeat that. Unmarried child over 21 of a U.S. citizen, they're issuing visas for cases filed July of 2015. And we are in 2024. So that is a very long backlog. Okay. You're looking at 9 years backlog right now. For a spouse of a permanent resident, they're working on November 2021. So that's about a 3-year backlog. And also for a child under 21 of a permanent resident, they're working on November 2021, meaning they're issuing visas for those cases filed November 2021. So you're looking at a 4-year backlog right now for spouse of a permanent resident. For an unmarried son and daughter over 21 of a permanent resident, they are working on March of 2010. March of 2010. That's a 14-year backlog for an unmarried son and daughter over 21 of a permanent resident. Oh, sorry, I misspoke. That is for a married son and daughter of a U.S. citizen. So if you're a U.S. citizen, you file for a married child, they're working on March of 2010. So 14-year backlog. If you are an unmarried son and daughter over 21 of a permanent resident, they are working on April of 2016. Okay. And some of you guys are calling the office, so the phones are kind of going off as we're chatting, but no one is at the office right now at 7:30 at night. So you could send us a text message or a WhatsApp chat, and you can send us an email, and we will get back to you. Okay. So continuing with the wait time, the visa bulletin as of June of 2024, if you are a U.S. citizen and you file for a sibling, a brother or sister, right now immigration is working on July of 2007. July of 2007, okay? And for married son and daughter of U.S. citizen, they're working on March 2010. And for unmarried son or daughter over 21 of a permanent resident, they're working on April 2016, 9-year backlog. Spouse or child under 21 of a permanent resident, they're working on November 2021. And unmarried son and daughter over 21 of U.S. citizen, they're working on July 2015. Those are huge backlogs, okay? Why are there such huge backlogs? Because the amount of visas that are in those categories are like maybe 20,000. So those visas, when those visas get exhausted annually, and immigration's year goes from October 1st to September 30th. Once those visa gets exhausted, then that's where the backlog. There's no more visas to issue. So Congress has not increased the amount of visas, so there are limited amount of visas and lots of applications. Not enough visas for the amount of applications that are pending, and that's why we have the backlog. Okay, so we have about 10 more minutes of taking your questions. If you are only just joining us, I am Immigration Attorney Gail Seeram, and this is a live session to answer your immigration questions. So let us know what questions you have in the comments section, okay? And I'm going to go through these questions again. Will you be taking those cases? Okay, questions are coming through. Okay, and let us know where if you don't have a question, let us know where you are joining us from. Where do you call home? Will his green card be conditional? So if you are filing based on marriage and the marriage on the date the application is approved, if your marriage is less than 2 years, you only get a 2-year conditional card. If your marriage is more than 2 years on the day that your case is approved, it will be a full 10-year card. Okay. We do not handle Haiti TPS. You had an interview, the officer took your passport. Okay. Well, if the officer took the passport, that means they most likely are going to issue the visa. And if they gave you a 212G at the embassy interview, something is missing. So that means they can't make a decision. But it's always a good sign when they take the passport because that means they're going to issue the visa. So, Queen Nelka, why don't you try setting a consultation with us and we can try to help you with that. But I would review, what I would do is review the notice that you received and try to advise you on what is missing or where you have a deficiency in your case. Okay. My husband got his interview. Okay. Arrange us. We don't do asylum. Can't read and write. Okay. If you want to file, become a citizen and you cannot read and write, and you're 82. So if you're over 55 and been a permanent resident, okay, you've been living here for 22 years. Okay, so if you're over 50 and been a permanent resident for 20 years, you are exempt from the English reading and writing test, Fanny. So you would not have to take the test. Set a consultation with our office. Go to GailLaw.com. Send us a text, 407-292-7730. So we can discuss this further with you. Because if you meet the 50-20 exception, over 50, been a permanent resident for over 20 years, you will not have to do the reading and writing test. You still will have to do the history test, but that history test is oral, and I'm sure you'll be able to learn those questions. Okay, we have digital flashcards that we give a lot of our clients. Okay. Sponsor my 2 daughters, 7 years now. If you sponsor your daughters, it depends on the category that I just described in Jawati. So if you let me know if you're a permanent resident or a U.S. citizen, because if you're a U.S. citizen, they're working on, if you're a U.S. citizen, you file for your unmarried son and daughter, they're working on July 2015. Okay, so that's still a 9-year backlog. So then you're still within normal processing time. So it all depends on when you filed and what immigration is working on. Okay. So we have about 6 more minutes, guys. And we are here to answer your questions. So how long after biometrics do you get the green card? Well, after the biometrics appointment, biometrics is what is a biometrics appointment? That is when you get a notice to go to an office so they could take your photo and your fingerprints. Okay. So once you have your biometrics, it goes through a background check, and then immigration will issue you normally your work permit, your social, and then you have to wait on the decision. Either immigration can approve your case without an interview, or they may schedule an interview. Can I file for adjustment of status for my spouse if I'm a green card holder? No, you have to be a U.S. citizen to file for your spouse. Okay. So Rachel, maybe you need to look at becoming a U.S. citizen. Once you're a citizen, then you can file for your spouse to adjust status if he meets the requirements and can show that he had a lawful entry. My 4 kids and wife are Americans. I've been here 20 years, but I have a DUI. Okay. It depends, Gutierrez, if you have a lawful entry or an unlawful entry. Okay. And then we also want to take a look at those DUIs. So more than happy to set a consultation for $100 and go through that with you. Okay. 10-year ban, DACA, married to citizen. Okay. We have to see why you have a 10-year ban. Were you in the U.S. and then departed and then have a 10-year ban and then you still entered illegally? So a lot of issues there that we need to look at to determine if you're eligible to get a green card here in the U.S. Got my green card 2022. Okay. Mohammed, I don't understand your question. So, again, you guys can email us, gail@gaillaw.com. I encourage you to go to our website, gaillaw.com, GailLaw.com. Go to our website and you'll have all our information there, our phone number to call, our phone number to text, our WhatsApp, and our email. So from your phone, just go to your internet browser, type in GailLaw.com, GailLaw.com, GailLaw.com. Immigration attorney Gail Seeram, been practicing immigration law for 25 years and will be more than happy to help you. Hi, Atina. How are you? Came in 2003 with DACA. Okay, advanced parole. I'm married to a U.S. citizen. I have a deportation, 1991. So a lot of complicated questions here. So what I'm really asking you guys to do, when I hear deportation order, DUI, a few DUIs, ban for 10 years, those are serious issues, okay, that we really can't just answer in a quick minute or two. So we really need to look at documents and assess the situation. So for those complicated questions that are coming in, I encourage you to set a phone meeting with our office, pay the $100, and let us review those documents and give you the advice regarding your case. Okay, not every case is the same. Every case is different depending on entry, depending on prior filings, depending on what country you're from, right? Every case is different. There's no one answer that can suit, all the cases and all the questions that we're getting. Can I apply for work permit without the 45? No, because the fee is bundled. So when you submitted the I-130, you should have also submitted your I-45 with the 765. The fee for the I-45 right now is $14.40, and that includes the work permit and the travel document. So it's a bundled fee. The assistant said I wasn't working on cases. So send me an email, but if it's a case regarding asylum, no, we're not working on it. Depending on the deportation or type of deportation, if you already spoke to my office, then maybe we are not working on that. Okay. So if you already had my office assess the situation, because a lot of times when you're already ordered removed, our hands are pretty tied because you already had your opportunity to appeal the case. Can you travel outside with an approved I-131? Yes. An I-131 is an advanced parole. You can travel, but a brief trip outside the United States, okay? Gisela, Gail, thank you all for joining. Share, like. Tell all your friends about one of the best immigration lawyers in Orlando. Not just because I said it, but Orlando Magazine said, and U.S. News and World Report said, only 4 attorneys named in Orlando Magazine as best immigration lawyers. And Attorney Gail Seeram has been named one of the best immigration lawyers in Orlando for the past 7 years in a row. Okay. So we are very honest, and we give you one-on-one attention. We don't pass your case off to a junior attorney like most lawyers do. When you deal with our office, you're dealing with me personally. I am available 24/7 by email to all my clients. Nothing gets sent out to immigration without me looking at it. So you work right directly with me, the attorney. Okay. So we are going to wind this up, guys. I want to thank you all for joining me this evening. Please stay tuned. I mean, if you're seeing me here on TikTok or Instagram or YouTube, then you probably do follow me. And if you don't follow me, follow me. Go ahead and follow me. And also visit our website, GailLaw.com. If you want to be included in our newsletter, I always announce the live sessions through our newsletter. You can send me an email and I'll add you to my newsletter. And our email is gail@GailLaw.com. Again, just go to my website, GailLaw.com. GailLaw. Gail, Gail, Law, Law.com. Go to our website. Send me an email if you want to be included in the newsletter. Hi, Kimberly. Hi, Sean. Hi, Cher. Thank you guys for all joining. It has been a great session. And I look forward to doing this again with you guys. I think I can write a comment here. Let me see. I'm going to give you guys my website here. I'm doing this on Instagram, GailLaw.com. Okay, so I'm able to chat here. I'm going to put here call. I'm on Instagram right now, or text. So you guys on Instagram can see my comment, which I'm putting our phone number. Okay. So you can save it. Okay. Let's see. Swipe left to close. Okay. So I don't see where on TikTok I can make a comment to give you guys the number, but hopefully you can see it. Hope just go to our website, GailLaw.com. This was a great evening with you guys. Thank you for joining us. Okay, I see where I could chat on YouTube. So go to our website, our YouTube friends, and you can call or text 407-292-7730, and also our WhatsApp 407-353-1363. Okay, guys. So on that note, I will say good evening, and to all our friends, stay well till the next time that we meet.